he said we're live, so we can do it from the coaches meeting, which is now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hawker for the 36th Australian Men's Softball Championship, the preliminary final here between the ACT 89ers and the boys from WA. I'm joined once again in commentary by James Harris from South Australia. My name's Adam Collins. We'll be bringing the action to you in this preliminary final. And looking forward to another great game. Both teams put on a display last night. The ACT 89ers going down to New South Wales and WA winning the opportunity through to this game by defeating Victoria in what was a fantastic end to the evening. It's a hot day again here today, 31 degrees currently, but only getting hotter. Looking for a top temperature in the mid to high 30s. So these boys have got a lot ahead of them. James.
Well, Adam, it's going to be an absolute ripper of a day of softball. First up, WA ACT. We mentioned before the show started that last night we were ducking for cover from the rain. Today we're looking for shade from the sun. It's an absolute perfect day, not a cloud. Well, not too much of a cloud above us, but there's going to be no rest for these boys when they're out in the sun today. Going through the lineups, we can see that ACT have only just made the one change, and that's Andrew Kirkpatrick replacing Josh White as the DP, and Josh White replacing Andrew Kirkpatrick as the first base player. But no change for WA.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll have a look at the fielding lineup for the ACT. Adam Folkard on the mound and Josh McGovern catching. On first base, Josh White. Second base is Matt Harrow. Over there on third, Jared Bradbury. Shortstop, Nick Norton. Left field, we have
Bolton Nussbaum.
Bolton Nussbaum, that was the one. Thanks, James. And centre field, Matt Wickham. And over there in right, Jeremy Bradbury.
Yeah, so other than that DP first base change, or swap around, I should say, unchanged lineup, there was a change for WA at the plate, as there was last night. Just been handed it from our scorers to our right, and that is that Matthew Beckett will go into the OPO position and Kyle Francis out to right field. So they're still both in the batting lineup. OPO, offensive player only. I'll let you know the umpires as well, Adam. We've got Trevor Murphy behind the plate with Scott Reinflesch at first. Jonas Christensen all the way from Denmark on second base, and Claire Ostring on third.
Yeah, great to have some international flavour here at the championships with our second base umpire. As we see the opening bat for the WA team, Scott Patterson, come into the box. The final conference between the ACT 89ers out on the mound, and we are set to go.
Interesting to note that the two times these teams have played, ACT have got over the top. In the first game it was 8-4, and the second time 9-6, so plenty of runs scored in both encounters so far.
They're looking forward to a great match here in the preliminary final. The opening pitch, a nice strike by Folkard. Patterson just taking the opportunity to have a look there. The boys from New South Wales will be sitting back waiting to see who their opponent's going to be. It was a great display from them last night.
And New South Wales very strong last night. They got the 4 runs off 5 hits.
Yeah, check swing there, had enough of a go at it, so strike called on Patterson. 2 strikes. Folkard well ahead in the count here on the opening bat for WA. One put deep in the left field, getting underneath it, and makes the catch in the left field position. Bolton Nussbaum there getting underneath it, makes a regulation catch, so good start to the innings for Folkard. Some nice pitching there, and gets his man.
Yeah, Folkard really worked the count early again, gets in front of the count, and Patterson's always a tough out and did well to get bat on ball, but Bolton Nussbaum right up to the challenge, taking a good catch. Always good to get in the game early.
Yeah, Jay Urakic up the bat now for the WA team, and we talked about carrying a bit of an injury last night, and just in the warm-up there I saw him lift his shirt, plenty of strapping on those ribs, so he carrying an injury into the game. Got hit on the hand last night in the one of his at-bats. So a bit of a walking wounded, but facing up here in the box at the moment.
Yeah, contributed well last night. Sacrifice bunt, hit by pitch ball.
Makes contact with that one, fouls it away behind. No play for the catcher.
Fun player to watch, Rakic. He's an animated player, and he's pretty good at getting the ball into play as well. Can go long stick, can play short game. Always has something to say as well to either the umpire or position.
2 strikes. So Folkard well ahead in the count. Puts that one up and out of the zone. Rakic lets it go. There's that thing again. He just looks back and has a little chuckle with the catcher. Bit of banter going on between the two. It's always good to see. Yeah, fouls that one behind. McGovern just regathers the ball there. Rakic steps out.
Just for those watching at home, that one dialed in at 130, so he's picked it up a couple of Ks from last night's game.
Yeah, that's some heat there from Folkard. It's down in the dirt again. McGovern picks it up nicely. No damage done. 2-2 now the call. Folkard there just checking what the count was. It's the acknowledgement from the umpire. Up tip and goes down swinging. Nice take by McGovern on that occasion.
Yeah, Folkard threw the 8 strikeouts last night. He's on the board early here with strikeout from the second batter in the game.
Yeah, you spoke about last night how he works the zone, and that was on display there. He went right around that batter, and Rakic took the high opportunity there and went down. So now Brendan O'Byrne up to bat for WA. O'Byrne lets that one go high. Ball call. Yeah, nice strike from Folkard there.
An acknowledgement from the batter O'Byrne as well. He gave a nod that he caught the outside edge of that one.
Yeah, a lot of respect for Folkard as a pitcher. These batters here, they acknowledge a good pitch when it's thrown. Down in the dirt on that occasion. Again, picked up nicely by McGovern.
We've seen him go to that change-up a couple of times already in this game. Definitely trying to keep a mix.
Yeah, working hard on the mound. 2 balls, 1 strike. On ground ball, glove well from the third baseman. He gets the throw over to 1, makes the out. Great play to retire the WA team. It's 3 up, 3 down, but that was a nice play from Bradbury on third base.
Yeah, Jared Bradbury diving to the glove side, taking a good catch at full stretch. Comes up and fires the ball over to first for the third out. So that's the quality of the defence that we should expect from both sides that are fighting for an opportunity to play off in a grand final.
Yeah, that's what we expect to see, and they have delivered in that first innings. It's a fantastic effort from the 89ers to retire WA in order. So let's have a look at the lineup now for the WA team. So we've got Mark Harris back on the mound again. Had a great innings last night, great game last night. We talked about him pitching. We'll go back to that a little bit later on. But catching, we have Jack Burt. On first base, Sean Duxbury. On second base, Jay Rakic. Third baseman, Nathan Brown. The shortstop, Louis Scaramella. Left field, Scott Patterson. Centre fielder, Brendan O'Byrne. And right field, Matthew Beckett.
Yeah, so that was the change at the plate. Beckett comes out to the OPO, so he'll be the backup plan for WA pitcher Cole Francis. Named as DP, will go out to right field.
My apologies about that one. Thank you, James.
Well, we saw Harris go all 7 last night. Seemed to be labouring, but still managed the 14 strikeouts. So 2 strikeouts an inning, and geez, he looked good. Full intensity from first pitch to last pitch, and wasn't he happy later in the game? Very pumped up, fist pumping, and
yeah, he was pumped. You could see the strut early on, and he carried that right through the game. We talked about he favoured that the pitching arm throughout the game, but maybe just a little bit psychological there, and he wasn't showing any fatigue towards the end, and he's back again today. So let's see how he goes. Lead-off batter, the catcher, Josh McGovern for the 89ers. So again, the first pitch, we see Harris putting plenty into it. You hear that big hiss you spoke about last night. He's going through that delivery once again in his mind, replaying it. See the arm movement, and here we go. Went to the inside that time, didn't quite get it. So McGovern well ahead in the count now.
Yeah, not having the tournament that he probably would have been hoping for. He's got a lot of walks so far in this tournament. Last night, got a couple of ground outs and a walk. So still contributing behind the plate and in the box. Important lead-off player as well, because he sees a lot of pitches early on, and as you can see in this occasion, hasn't needed to take the bat off his shoulder just yet.
Yeah, nice patience by McGovern. So well ahead in the count now. 3 balls. Let's see what Harris delivers here. McGovern will be looking for one down the middle. And doesn't get the one he wanted. Lets it go. And now bringing to the plate young Matty Harrow. He talked about how young he was last night. Youngest player in the lineup, but plenty of experience. And you could see the patience on display last night from young Harrow.
Yeah, Harrow was good. He got the ball into play all 3 times. This plays right into ACT's hands with the lead-off walk. And Matt Harrow up to bat.
Yeah, McGovern on 1. Harrow, the opening pitch, called a strike. Yeah, lets that one go through. Good patience again. The young man. 1-on-1.
We can see the WA are trying something with their defence here. Rakic at seconds, come right in. Duxbury at first is fielding back.
So there goes the runner advancing now. That one getting away from the catcher, Burt.
Well, Harrow doesn't have to sacrifice himself now. Runners in scoring position.
And Rakic stays in that channel as well. So some interesting play from WA. Very casual about it too, Rakic.
Yeah, from what I've found, I think Matt is more of an opposite field hitter rather than a pull hitter, so I think Rakic might even be out of position here.
Another one in the dirt, they're getting away, so we see McGovern around a third, well into scoring position now. Early in the inning. And the first of our conferences called their catcher, just taking the opportunity to calm down his pitcher. Harris wasn't happy with that pitch.
Well, 2 pass balls or maybe even wild pitches. And of the 8 pitches thrown, 7 have been balls.
Oh, there's a strike called, Harrow.
Very bottom of the zone, I'm sure, from Trevor Murphy. Full count on Harrow.
Full count now. Yeah, that one, the crowd gasp. Now he gets the walk he wanted, Harrow. Makes his way to first base and brings to the plate the man, Andrew Kirkpatrick.
We did see Western Australia give a couple of intentional walks to the Victoria's big hitter last night, Lewis Weldon. I wouldn't be surprised if at some stage of the game they pass up this guy. Don't think they can afford to do it with none out in the bottom of the first.
And there he goes deep into centre field. Is this one out of here? It looks like it is. The opening pitch he faces, and he puts it over the centre field fence. And that is a 3-run home run for the big fella, Andrew Kirkpatrick. And that's the danger that you spoke about from Cheesy.
Well, Cheesy has absolutely made Harris pay for those 2 walks. 3 batters, 3 runs. And ACT just take a firm grip on this game. And we're only 6 batters in.
Yeah, they've really shown their intent in this game. They weren't happy about the loss last night, going through the tournament undefeated up until that point. So the boys have come out with the guns blazing in this game already.
Well, there's no reprieve for WA because next up to bat is Nick Norton, world champion player. He's played professionally in Japan and been part of this massive legacy of the ACT, winning 11 of the last 14 or something crazy like that.
Yes, Nick Norton.
Last year's MVP and best batter. This guy can play.
Yeah, a lot of experience in this ACT lineup, and that's the depth of this team. Kirkpatrick putting one over the fence, and then Harris gets to face Norton. Not the stuff pitchers dream of. The 3 balls, Norton well ahead in the count here. He'll be looking for one down the middle from Harris. And gets it and was on his way to first, but the umpire calls him back. And the strike. Another strike call. And Norton just checking where it was.
Well, Murphy's consistently called that low pitch, so at least it's not being a mixed zone at the moment. It's he's calling it fairly for both sides.
Yeah, the batsmen get the consistency there. Norton acknowledging the call. It's a full count now. Keeps in the count with the foul ball. He wants a piece of the action.
Harris hasn't thrown against ACT so far in this tournament. It's been Beckett, O'Byrne and Patterson throwing for WA in the 2 other encounters that they've had.
A strike. Lets that one go and pays the price. You see the look on his face. He wasn't sure, thought it was missing outside and was on his way, but umpire calls a strike. So we've got one down now for the ACT.
Well, that's his go-to strikeout pitch, isn't it? We saw last night that he went to that curveball. Once in a while it might hit the back net, but he seems to have pretty good control of that pitch, and on this occasion sits Norton down.
Never like to go down not swinging, but on that occasion we see Josh White up to bat now for the 89ers. The first strike.
Yeah, Josh struggled a little bit against Harry Peters last night. 2 strikeouts.
Puts this one deep into centre field, coming around, makes a catch. So nicely caught there by the centre fielder, Brendan O'Byrne for WA. That's the second out of the inning for ACT.
Yeah, the whole ACT team would probably be breathing a sigh of relief after last night's no-no from Harry Peters and New South Wales. A great complete team effort from them last night, and 3 runs on the board early, and Josh White gets a good piece of that ball, so he'll have some confidence as well.
And brings to the plate now Matt Wickham, who fouls that one away.
Wickham also had 2 strikeouts from his 2 turns last night, so obviously keen to get on the board and help his team out. Goes after that first pitch.
Another foul away there. So 2 contacts, just not putting the ball into play. So Harris well ahead in the count now. Wickham nice and relaxed in the box. He faces up once again. A big swing and a miss down low. Harris gets his man, retires the 89ers. But not before the damage is done. 3 runs in that inning. ACT lead WA 3-0.
Yeah, the 3 runs come off 2 walks and a massive shot, a home run to Kirkpatrick, who's in the DP role today, and no doubt he'll be the backup thrower should Folkard require it, but he's looked pretty good after it's only 1 inning, so WA I'm sure will come back. They've got some quality hitters in the lineup. They will not go down without a fight.
So we'll see what the second innings brings us here as we see Folkard into his warm-up.
Adam, we've got a fair few viewers already around the country, and one of those guys is a good friend of both of ours, Scott Watson. He said, is that Adam Twisties Collins commentating with you? So he said you were his first rep coach, so I'm going to give him a shout-out because we're both good friends. So good to see we're getting some good viewers watching.
Yeah, Scotty Watson, a T-ball protege of mine who went on to bigger and better things, was also coached by my wife. So we'll keep it in the family, Scotty. Thanks for watching, and great to hear from you. So Mark Harris will lead off for WA on this occasion. A nice pitch to open the account for Folkard there. Pitcher to pitcher. Harris just watches that one go by. Strike called. Harris puts this one out to shortstop, picks it up on the hop. And a safe call. Doesn't get the ball there in time. Ground ball to Norton. He makes a play. Doesn't get the man, Harris, safe at 1.
Well, he doesn't do anything by halves, Mark Harris. He is 100% of the time. And we saw that in a game earlier in the week. He had a miss hit that went to third base against the SA guys, and he beat that out for an infield single. Does so again on this occasion and gets the first base runner for WA.
So Kyle Francis up now for Western Australia. Goes for the bunt. Doesn't quite get it where he wants it. Goes foul. So Harris will go back to 1. He's a real energizer bunny, Harris, isn't he? He doesn't stop whether he's on the field or on the bench. He's right in the game.
He must really look after himself to be able to recharge the batteries and come back every time.
Francis letting that one go. No cover for Harris. He stays on 1. Swing and a miss on that time for Francis. One ball, 2 strikes. Folkard ahead in the count. Calls that one, had enough of a chop at that one, so the call by the umpire. Francis goes down. Another K2 for Adam Folkard. So a bit of groundskeeping in the box there from Duxbury. Sean Duxbury, the batter for WA, just letting that one go. A little bit high out of the zone there. Nice pitch from Folkard, but Duxbury not taking the bite. And low and inside on that occasion, Duxbury swinging. We saw Folkard working Duxbury well last night on a couple of... working the batters well last night, and Duxbury is an indication there. He went high on the first one, low inside the second, and Duxbury swinging. So work the zone a lot here. Foul tip there by Duxbury.
Yeah, this is the way most pitchers would like to work. Get in front of the count early and then get the batters chasing, and did so on that occasion. Duxbury chasing outside.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And gets a man inside, swinging once again. Nice pitch.
With 2 strikeout victims after that infield single from Harris. Runner is still stranded there at first. They have not tried much. Perhaps 1 bunt attempt, but Harris hasn't even looked like taking off from first base.
Is that showing some respect for the catcher as well, McGovern? His runners are aware of the arms of the catchers, and McGovern's right on top of the play here at the catching position.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a respect for both defences there. We see Jack Burt, who's the batter up to bat, has got an absolute cannon. We saw that on the show last night, but McGovern deadly accurate with his throws. Make you pay.
There's a big swing. Harris taking the lead there. McGovern not really interested in any play. There's 2 out for WA. So ACT don't need to chase the runner and make mistakes. Bird checks it, goes down, having a look. So that's another K2 for Adam Folkard. Nice inning there from the pitcher. And leaves the runner on first base.
Folkard strikes out the side. 3 strikeouts in that inning, 4 for the game. He is dialed in today. We saw him last night with 8 strikeouts and 4 walks. Well, he has been right on point today. Just giving up that 1 infield single. Hasn't missed a beat other than that.
Yeah, no pitcher likes to be hit. And you can see there after Harris gets that infield ground ball, he really dolled it up, as you said, and worked the batters around. Got the next 3 out, so a great innings from Folkard. Let's take the opportunity, James, to thank some of our supporters. We've got Momentum Sports and Rehabilitation, the tradies here in the ACT Government, Pacific Facilities Group, ID Athletic, Ben Spoke Brewing Company, Trophy Link, and, of course, YMCA Canberra. Great supporters of Softball ACT in helping us deliver the tournament. And Keegan Carroll Photography, the official photographer for the tournament. Check him out. Have a look at his online presence. Plenty of great photos from the tournament for both the Opens and the Under-15s Regional Championship.
Yeah, speaking of the Under-15 Regional Championship, the Queensland Storm will face off against Victoria in the grand final straight after this game. It's been a very well played tournament by this Under-15 age group, and it really does give us an insight in what the future holds for men's softball in Australia, and the future looks bright with some absolute terrific talent on show, and the exciting thing is that we'll probably see one of the first Aussie squads in that age group get selected, which in a 3 or 4 year program, which is very exciting.
It certainly is for the young men. Get the opportunity to play here at the men's championships as well, so they can see where they're headed in their softballing futures. So we've got now Bolton Nussbaum up the bat for the ACT 89ers.
Nussbaum, one of only 2 ACT batters that got on base last night. He was thrown down in a trap play, in a stolen base attempt, or a failed bunt attempt.
Another strike called for Nussbaum there. You talked about last night the grip that he has, the pre-grip. Very relaxed, very loose fingers. Only tenses up right on the delivery stride of the pitcher. One down in the dirt, lets it go. A big swing from Nussbaum there, goes down swinging on that occasion. Harris gets his man. So Jeremy Bradbury, the right fielder, up to bat now for the 89ers. Big hiss and delivery from Harris, the ball missing on the outside.
First of the 2 Bradbury brothers up to bat. It's played well so far this tournament. Well, both Bradburys have.
Puts this one deep into right field now, going back. Go back the call, and he does that. Gets underneath and takes a great catch there in right field. It's Kyle Francis for Western Australia. Makes no mistakes and gets the second out of the innings now for his team.
Well, Francis seemed to get a read on that one pretty early, but then had to back, and so the ball just kept carrying and ended up taking it okay, but not much room there behind him with that fence. So good piece of the ball from Bradbury. Didn't get all of it, but at least challenged. Here comes the second Bradbury, Jared Bradbury now.
Bradbury gets a piece of that one back into Burt. Burt just gives a bit of a blow out of breath there as he gets hit in the chest, but takes it easy. And the game goes on. The catcher looking for the swing there. Let's see what the call was. No, says the first base umpire. One on one the count. And a big swing on that occasion from Bradbury. Just tying him up on the inside there. Misses that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bradbury might be hitting in the 9 spot, but he's one of the leading hitters for ACT. He got 12 hits in the minor round, hitting .480.
And puts out one just to the second baseman who doesn't quite get it. Rakic there. Got the glove on it, but bounced away. Centre fielder comes and cleans up. Got a runner on for the ACT team now. As we see, we're back at the top of the order, McGovern. Yeah, so there you go again. Just saying, his average is certainly up for the tournament. And there's another indication of just what damage he can do with the bat. Pretty firmly struck that one, getting away from Rakic. We see McGovern up to the plate one more time. Strike called on the opening pitch. It's 2 dead here in the inning. To the bottom of the second. And the ACT with that 3-0 lead early in the game.
Yeah, back to the lead-off as well. McGovern didn't have to swing the bat the first time up. Behind in the count early, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Bradbury was off on first base there too. I'm not sure that was the right call for McGovern. He got contact. Fouls it away. Bradbury still on first. Change up attempt there. Doesn't quite pay off.
Didn't see that too much last night from Harris, did we? The change of pace. He obviously looking to switch things up a little bit here as he gave up the 3 early runs against ACT in the first inning.
Another foul ball. Puts that away. Bradbury just limping a little bit there. Might have it's been an indication of a groin strain, I think, Bradbury there. Just indicated there with a bit of a massage of his groin as he made the turn to come back. I have to keep an eye on that one, James.
Yeah, there is a couple of injuries in the ACT camp.
That one swinging. Gets his man on that occasion. McGovern goes down with a big swing. So Bradbury left stranded on first base. No change to the score. At the top of the third now, ACT 3, leading WA 0.
Well, Harris keeping up his average of 2 strikeouts in innings. He had 14 last night in 7. He's had 4 already in the 2 innings so far, but he has given up those 3 runs. Only 2 hits as well, so it's costly, those 2 walks.
Yeah, damage done early, so ACT 3-0 up. Top of the third inning. You talked about the softball here and the excitement of the under-15s. It's been a fantastic month so far with all of the national championships going on, and the action just keeps coming with the under-19s about to start tomorrow in Blacktown.
Yeah, the under-19 men and women getting underway in Blacktown is going to be another intriguing event, and Can't wait to see how that pans out. Of course, you can go on the Softball Australia social medias and join the conversation. Hashtag Summer of Softball.
Yeah, we're certainly playing a part of summer here. You said temperatures in the 40s all week. Mid to high 30s today.
Matthew Beckett.
As we see Matthew Beckett up to bat. That's right, for Western Australia. Oh, just looking for the low outside corner of the plate there. Not getting it on that occasion, Folkard. Beckett just letting it go. 2 balls. So behind in the count, Folkard. He doesn't like that. And puts one straight past Beckett, who has a big swing.
This is Beckett's first Open Men's Nationals. He's represented WA in the junior grades and 23s.
2 balls, 2 strikes now. So Folkard got behind early but came back with 2 beautiful pitches. Beckett not able to make contact despite the big swings. 2-2 now. The ground ball to Norton, who gets it over. The big reach from the first baseman, White, there. Gets the out that he was after, but made tough work of it with that throw. Norton just acknowledging there with a wry smile and the glove up. White just gives him the nod, says, no worries, mate, I've got you covered.
Yeah, White just keeping his toes on the base there. Norton may be used to a bigger target with Cheesy playing there last night. Would have been a regulation one for him.
So we see Nathan Brown up to bat now. He just puts out one foul, popping it up over the back. Yeah, it's interesting to see the reaction from Norton there with the big bit of a smile, and he kept the chat going with his third baseman. Just a bit of a laugh. It's easy for him. Left all White to do all the work. We see another foul ball from Brown. Did this a few times last night too, Brown, and stayed in the count and was able to get on base a couple of times.
Yeah, aggressive early in the count. Last night had a walk, a strikeout and a single, so contributed well. Another 9-hitter contributing for their team. Very important spot in the lineup because you want to get a runner on base with the top order coming up.
Oh, drop strike there. Brown just whirled a little bit. Didn't run when he should have and paid the price. McGovern recovers well off the back fence and gets the man out at 1.
Yeah, just that slight delay was what cost him. Obviously a bit stunned, and he froze on the change-up, then stunned on the call, which was on the outside edge, and that one little slight delay is all McGovern needed to fire that ball across for the second out.
So back to the top of the order now for WA, Scott Patterson. Another big swing on the outside. He's looking for a hit, Patterson. We saw him swinging early in his first at bat. Real change of pace there from Folkard. In the dirt, nice glove work from McGovern. Pulls that one out. Patterson just letting it go there, so a ball evens up the count. 1-1 now. Nice pitch, fouled away once again over the top.
Yeah, Patterson a little disappointed that he missed that one and fouled it off. That's the pitch that he popped up to left field in the first inning, but I think he might be most disappointed because he probably backs himself on that pitch to drive it maybe up the middle and just off of it.
Yeah, he wasn't too far off. It was good contact. But he puts this one into centre field now, getting underneath it. And nice and relaxed. Takes that catch. So that retires the WA team into the bottom of the third now, with ACT leading 3-0.
Yeah, Folkard been clinical in 3 innings so far, 5 strikeouts, only given up the 1 hit. That was an infield single to shortstop, so he won't be disappointed with that.
Yeah, Matt Wickham taking the final out there in centre field, just getting under it early, like you said. Nice and relaxed, takes the regulation catch. And brings WA back out into the field.
This is the Folkard that we know as well. Last night gave up 2 walks early in the game, and so didn't look like the Folkard of old, you know, the dominant from the first pitch. But credit to New South Wales, they tore it away. They went deep in the count. They got good pieces of the ball. They were very selective with the pitches that they swung for, but today it has been the Adam Folkard show. He's been dominant with those 5 strikeouts from just 10 batters.
Yeah, last night's game, as you said, a couple of early walks, but the defence got right behind Folkard, and the ACT boys kept the game tight for, I think, it was 6 innings before we saw the first runs.
Yeah.
And then, got behind a little bit, gave up a few hits, but stuck in the game, and he's a hard taskmaster, very hard on himself. You could see he didn't like it, but he's come back in today, and as you said, it's the Folkard we know and love, and just an indication of the pitcher that he is and why he's been in the game and the best at it for such a long time. As we see Harrow not making a lot of contact there, but Nathan Brown makes a fantastic out in foul territory, just reaching out to his opposite glove side and gets the ball in foul territory and takes the catch. So an early out for the ACT 89ers, and well done from Nathan Brown.
Yeah, what gave Brown a chance there was the ball was probably hit off the end of the bat. So not a bad piece of the ball from Harry. Just didn't follow through in the swing. Took a catch in foul territory.
Probably thought he was a little bit safe there with the way it was travelling, and then Brown just plucked it out of the air. So good out for the WA team, and brings to the plate that man who did the damage last time round, Andrew Kirkpatrick. Pitch on the outside. And high there in the zone. Cheesy lets that one go. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, down low in the zone. Cheesy just looks back, not phased. Lets it go through to the catcher. 3 balls, 1 strike now.
Yeah, Andrew won't panic here until he sees a pitch that he can drive, just like the one from the first inning.
And a big swing from Kirkpatrick. He wanted to launch that one, not making contact on that occasion. Just look at the big fella. I don't think he'd panic if a shark was attacking him just quietly.
I don't know sharks very well, but I can't imagine too many sharks wanting to attack him. Too big.
Resets now. Makes some contact. A big slap on the ball there. Puts it deep into foul territory over that third base line.
Cheesy had 11 hits in the tournament. 6 of them extra base hits, 4 home runs, 11 RBI. So add today's 3-run shot to that, and he's put a tournament together once again.
Yeah, beautiful to watch.
The resume on the man of.
And lets that one go high. Had a little bit of a look at it, started to bring the bat around and held it back. So finds himself on first base.
Yeah, the resume of the man, a 3-time hitting award winner, 4-time MVP, a 5-time pitching award winner, once the player of the final, and of course the 2002 Rookie of the Year. He's one of the greats of the game.
Yes, I think the word champion sums him up nicely. And as you said earlier on, they see Andrew Kirkpatrick off, and up comes Nick Norton.
It's a nice 1-2 punch, isn't it, that the ACT have there in the middle order.
A strike call on Norton to open his account, and this one gets away on the inside, so that's a ball. Harris wants a quick chat with his catcher, calls him out. Might not be happy with some of the calls he's been getting, so just checks with his catcher and says, "This is how we're going to do it today, mate." So Jack Burt takes his position, having had that little chat with his pitcher. We're back underway. Norton ready to go. Lets that one go high and on the outside. There's Brown again. Brown gets another one there, this time into the infield, reaches out, takes that ball. Norton just trying to get it through that gap, but not able to do so on that occasion. So again, WAC Norton off, back into the bench, into the dugout. Kirkpatrick stays on first.
Yeah, Brown's in the hot corner there. He's had 2 miss hits that he's been able to catch pretty comfortably. It's always made it look comfortable at least, so right on his game. Rakic and Harris just having a bit of a chat just to talk things over.
Josh White up to bat now for the ACT team. And you talked about Brown being in the hot corner. He was in the hot corner last night too. Plenty of activities his way. And he was able to make the most of that last night as well. So great work from Nathan Brown for the WA team. As we see first pitch there for Josh White. And a big swing. 2 strikes, so Harris well ahead in the count here. Fouls that one away, stays in the count. Getting some contact there, White. Foul away once again off the back net. Swing and a miss. And down he goes, retiring the 89ers. Kirkpatrick left on first base. So no damage done to the score now. Still ACT 3, WA 0 at the top of the 4th.
Yeah, not too bad from Harris. He gave up that walk to Cheesy, but other than that, he looks actually pretty good at the moment. After those 3 runs from the first 3 batters, he's been able to retire everyone except for Cheesy once again with that walk. So he's settled in a little bit, and not a bad effort from a guy that's probably recognised as a catcher or an outfielder, but doing the bulk of the work here for WA this week with a couple of the WA guys unavailable. Their top guys. Steve Willis would have been their number 1, I think. He's returned to New Zealand, and Tyson Duncan with that knee injury. Matt Walker as well, unavailable. So not too bad for an outfielder.
Yeah, he's certainly doing the job. Got the job done well and truly last night, and keeps his team in it today. So all credit to him. As we see Focard back out now for the ACT team. It's that man Rakic up to bat. A bit of a giggle as he comes into the plate. Nice chat with the umpire and the catcher. One of the characters of the game.
Yeah, it's a good family of softballers as well. His brother Dylan's probably better than him, and just unavailable today or this week.
That one gets up. Safe call, a big dive from Rakic as we see young Matt Harrow just cover the ball from second base, come around, try to make the play, not getting it on that occasion. Rakic despairing dive in and gets the call his way. Nice work from young Harrow there, but unfortunately doesn't get it on that occasion.
Rakic putting the body on the line, carrying a couple of broken ribs, and it's so important to these guys, and you can see they're putting it all on the line there. Pinch runner coming in because Rakic probably needs a breather after that one.
And we're certainly not going to hold that against him. But again, that was good work from Harrow. He had to cover some ground there to get to the ball in the first place, but then take the opportunity to try to make the out himself at one. Not getting there, but yeah, fantastic play by the young fella.
Adam O'Byrne is the runner. And the lead-off on for WA is so important with the 3-4 hitters coming up. Both Aussie Steeler representatives here in O'Byrne and Harris. They really need to capitalise on the opportunity, move that runner around and bring him around to score. They have to take full advantage of their opportunities, and this is a big one.
Absolutely. So we have O'Byrne at bat, O'Byrne on first. And let's see what they can do. Change up there, not working on that occasion. O'Byrne just letting that one go through. That one fouled away on that occasion. Nice pitch. Plenty of work on that ball from Folkard there.
O'Byrne always shows his emotion, doesn't he? He's not happy with himself on that one. Probably missed opportunity, but he fouls it off, so he's got another chance. Needs to get this ball into play. Always communicating, always after some feedback.
Just check there with bottom right ump, and of course the umpire acknowledges, yes, that's where it was, and O'Byrne nods a heading acknowledgement, takes the call. So it's all Folkard's way here. O'Byrne stays in the count with a foul piece. Yeah, we saw that animation last night from O'Byrne. He got a walk and he wasn't happy with it. Threw the bat down in disgust and took his position on first base, shaking his head the whole way.
Yeah, the four ball walk when the team needed a base runner, and he was disappointed. So
that's a batter.
Yeah, that's the competitive nature of these guys that play fast pitch softball. It's that they don't want to give anything away. They want a chance to compete. And
2 balls, 2 strikes now the count on O'Byrne. Big swing on that occasion, doesn't get the ball. Goes down swinging. Goes through that swing in his mind again as he walks off. Gives himself a tap on the head.
Well, that was a great setup there from McGovern and Folkard there. They were going up, and then struck him out on the down ball.
Yeah, great combination, Folkard and McGovern working well together. So we see the WA pitcher now. Harris up at the plate. Got on last time with that ground ball. Let's see what he does on this occasion. Runner still on 1. Fouls that one away. First pitch again, takes the opportunity, doesn't quite get it, but makes contact again.
Yeah, the 2 hits that have come so far from WA have both been infield singles. Harris beating his out, Rakic beating his out, and on both occasions, well, so far, the runner is stranded on first base.
Harris there. Another big swing. You see the runner. Adam O'Byrne still on first base. We really need to convert this one into a run, WA. 2 strikes. Harris well behind in the count here, Folkard. Plenty of selections. Called no there. Harris just lets that one go through to the catcher.
Well, Harris called no on that pitch, and I think every other person on that diamond there thought it was a strike except for umpire Trevor Murphy. So probably just above the top of the zone there.
Yeah, looked a little bit up there. So the call that counts is the man in blue. And there we see Harris put that one into left field, who makes the catch. So Nussbaum there coming forward to take a good catch. Good contact from Harris again. Just a little bit too far on that occasion. Wasn't quite able to get the ball into the gap. But that's that same channel he attacked last time. But again, Adam O'Byrne still on first base. 2 out now for WA.
You could almost play a shift on Harris, I reckon. He just tries to pull every ball, and that one on that occasion on the outside edge, he didn't get all of it because it was on the outside. He tried to rip it down the left field line. So just a slight miss hit, but good catch taken by Nussbaum. It's 2 out now.
Tough to bring it around from out there the way he did. And Nussbaum, as you see, got underneath it nicely. We see that first pitch there to Kyle Francis into the dirt. McGovern taking it nicely, and the runner remains on first base. Fouled away behind. Good pitch, Adam, the call from his first baseman. Everyone right behind the pitcher out there. The defence for the ACT team, nice and tight. Plenty of torque. That's a real key to this team. There's a ball cut away down the first baseline, going foul, but Francis making good contact once again.
Well, this guy up to bat, Adam, I'm not sure if he wants us to be known, but suffered some testicular cancer, had it removed during the year, and he's back out playing. So strength of this character from this boyo, Kyle Francis.
Goes down swinging. Francis doesn't like it, shakes the head as he walks off, but yeah, that is a fair indication of the type of bloke that he is, suffering something like that and coming back the way he has.
Just this year as well.
Yeah, it's amazing, and good luck to him as he goes forward with that one.
Interesting look that he's wearing that moustache as well. He doesn't normally wear it like that, but that's a homage to his late father, who suffered a similar illness, and his late father, and he's had a pretty good week as well, Kyle. Be slightly disappointed with that strikeout, but I'm sure he'll be back when he gets another opportunity later in the game.
Yeah, plenty of respect for Kyle there. Doing it tough in the box. He wasn't happy with that one as he walked off, shaking the head, muttering as he went. But he'll get another opportunity, I'm sure. See Harris still throwing plenty of heat out there. Hasn't dialed it back in the warm-ups. Rakic will re-enter into his fielding position. He's back out there on the diamond. You can see the man covered in all of the dust. He took that big dive, attempted to get in the first, and did so safely. So put his body on the line, as you said there. Changed a couple of broken ribs, and I saw the strapping. He's wearing plenty of protection underneath that shirt, the big fella. And he looks like he needed that rest.
Yeah, for sure. The character of all the players out there is just, like, we've got so much admiration for them. They're all playing through some injuries, no doubt. A week is a long time to play softball, and there'll be some sore spots and plenty of recovery and painkillers maybe.
Centre fielder Big Matt Wickham up for the 89ers now. First pitch is a ball. Let's that one go.
Well, despite the 3 runs early for ACT, it has been a pitching duel. We've seen Harris throw 5 strikeouts, 3 walks and 2 hits. Folkard, the 2 infield singles, 7 strikeouts, no walks so far.
That one just getting away there, spun out of the glove of Burt. Strike called. Plenty in the delivery of that one for Harris there. The big fall away after the delivery, the big hiss. Not holding anything back. Yeah, nice pitch. Wickham has a swing at that one.
Although he leant into that one looking like a curveball, actually dipped a little bit. So unless the grip slipped, it was Definitely a different one.
A lot of work there from the pitch, and 2-2 the count now for Wickham. And gets his man, Harris. That was another nice delivery. Wickham goes down swinging, brings to the plate Bolton Nussbaum. Opening pitch for Bolton, called a strike. Change up, Nussbaum going around with the swing, not able to pull it back. Great delivery from Harris. Nussbaum just gives that little shake of the head, acknowledgement. It was a nice pitch. And sees him standing, goes down. So great inning so far from Harris.
Yeah,
couple great pitches.
Yeah, 2 strikeouts, takes his tally up to 7, so that's equal with Folkard.
As we see there, go through the motions with that arm again, the shake there. Starting to see that fatigue we talked about last night. And then he pulls out a ball like that, so just not quite sure how much pain he's in. But certainly showing some determination.
Yeah, he's got himself into a rhythm. He's really going to that curveball, rise ball.
Yeah,
keeping the ball away from the hitters on the outside edge.
So Jeremy Bradbury there having enough of a piece of that one. 2 strikes call now. Harris well ahead of the count on this occasion as well. He's had a real go at that one. Gets away from the catcher. No damage done. One ball, 2 strikes. Big deep breath from Harris. Makes his way back to the pitching plate. Yeah. 3 up, 3 down that occasion for the 89ers. A nice innings for Harris. Well pitched.
Strikes out the side. That's 8 for the inning. Dialed that one in at about 119 k's an hour. So probably a little slower than what he started the game, but not by too much. Harris just pounding that in there. He's retired 12 of the last 14 batters after giving up that 3-run shot from Cheesy, an infield single from Bradbury, and a walk to Kirkpatrick. The only 2 successfully on since that home run. So he's settled in, but maybe that 3 runs is going to be too much for them to chase, as they've had a couple of runners on themselves, WA, but haven't been able to move them from first base. Both infield singles, because this man right here, Adam Folkard, is in control. Just the 2 hits, both infield singles, no walks, 7 strikeouts. And he's throwing about mid-120s at the moment. Got him up to 130 there earlier in the game.
So, top of the 5th inning here, the ACT with that 3-0 lead. Sean Duxbury, the batter for Western Australia, lead off this innings. The first baseman. Strike called on the outside corner. Down in the dirt on that occasion, McGovern. Nice glove work.
That ball just split the webbing of the glove.
Webbing of the glove. That's some heat in that one.
126. Absolutely crunched into the glove of McGovern. And that just shows how hard that ball hits that glove.
And a shake of the hand from McGovern too. How many gloves has he got in his bag of tricks, McGovern? With a pitcher like Folkard, he must go through a few in a season.
Might be able to borrow one from Norton if he needs to.
Big swing from Duxbury on that occasion.
Bit of a change of pace on that curveball as well. Slowed it right down. Was able to get some extra spin on the ball and the outside edge. Duxbury already with one strikeout in this game. Make that
down
two.
He goes again. Make that two. Yep, you're right there. So down he goes. Brings up the catcher now, Jack Burt. Big swing from Jack Burt there. Ball on the outside. Burt lets that one go. One ball, one strike for Jack Burt here. And a big swing on that occasion, missing on the outside. So Folkard heading in count once again. One ball, two strikes. Burt lets that one go. Just up out of the zone there. Good decision. Two and two now. So Burt right in this count. Evenly poised. And stays in with a foul tip. Puts that one into the dirt. Burt retakes his position now. Folkard getting the call from McGovern. Ooh, leaves the bat on the shoulder on that occasion. Burt just leant in, had a look at it, kept the bat on the shoulder. It's a full count now. 3 and 2. And gets a man swinging. Folkard puts in some heat there. Burt not able to keep up with it. Another K2 for Folkard.
Yeah, just touching around the 130 mark on that. Turn it back for Burt. So he's just turned it up just a little bit once again. 2 consecutive strikeouts for Folkard to start off the 5th inning.
It's a 2 out now for Western Australia. You see Matthew Beckett up to bat. They're down by those 3 runs, and now would be a good opportunity to get something back. Beckett.
Beckett's a handy low order batsman for WA. Hit that home run last night.
Puts this one on the ground to short. Comes across and cover Norton with a turnaround throw. Doesn't get the man again. Nice coverage from Norton to get across into that space. You see it was the alley between the 3-6 line there.
Third infield single for the game for Western Australia. That one was always going to be a tough play for Norton on the backhand side. Beckett legged that out. So good desperation shown from the WA hitters. Get the ball into play, leg it out.
That's away from Beckett. Now we see Nathan Brown back up the plate. He's had a lot to do today. He checks that swing, gets a strike call, but Folkard, so puts that one past Brown. Bit of a chat out there between McGovern and his third baseman there. Bradbury just checking whether or not you're entitled to do that.
Yeah, he missed the memo. Did you hear him say that?
McGovern just clarifying, no, you can do that. So the game goes on. Brown fouls that one away. Plenty on that pitch too. Folkard really dialing it up. 121 there, so not at the top of his range. We've seen plenty faster, but still doing enough there for Brown just to get contact and foul it into the back of the net. Folkard shakes off the first call. Happy with this one now. Back in his delivery stance. And chokes Brown up. Not able to get a swing on that one. Another K2 for Folkard to close out the innings for WA.
Well, not to be outdone, has Harris struck out the side in the end of last inning. Folkard strikes out the side on this occasion. 3 strikeouts, just giving up that infield single. Third hit of the game for WA, all of them infield singles, but they haven't been able to move that runner whatsoever from first base on those 3 occasions.
Yeah, second and third lonely territory out there for the WA runners, so ACT will want to extend the lead that they have now. At bottom of 5, leading 3-0. And Harris makes his way back out to the pitcher's mound again.
Well, Bradbury will lead it off for ACT in the bottom of the 5th, and then they go back to the dangerous top order, so WA will really need to stand strong in this inning, because if they let it slip just for one moment, ACT will make them pay. They'll extend that lead, and they'll have just the 6 outs to try and peg back that lead.
Yes. So great softball once again from the men's championships here for 2019. John Reid Shield on the line, and we have New South Wales awaiting the victors of this match to see who they're going to take on in the final. So far, ACT getting the job done 3-0 over WA. Still plenty of game left. First one, foul from Bradbury. Getting a little piece of it. It was a nice pitch from Harris, a rise ball. Yeah, just clipping the outside edge. Yeah, Bradbury looks back in despair, but the umpire clear and confident with that call, taking the front edge of the plate. A nice pitch from Harris. And sits Bradbury down with a big swing there, so that's the first retiree for the ACT innings. Nice pitch. Swinging K2 there. And we're at the back of that back to the top of the order, as we talked about. Josh McGovern now, the catcher up for the ACT 89ers. Dangerous batter. Strike call.
He's had a walk and a strikeout so far in this game.
A bit of a chuckle there after he comes back to take up his stance. Made no real play at that last one, just lets it go through. And watches that one go by again, so evens up the count, 1-1. Harris not happy with that call, bit of a chat. Thought that one had clipped the front edge of the plate. Didn't get the call he wanted.
Yeah, he's not happy because that's been his go-to pitch. It's been his strikeout pitch, particularly in the last couple of innings. He's got 9 for the game, and if Murphy takes that away from him, he'll have to slot it like that.
As he fouls that one away, so yeah, mustn't have missed by much. It looked pretty close from where we're standing. But as we said earlier, the only call that counts is the man in blue. And Harris not happy, but comes back with evens up the count 2-2 now with that foul from McGovern. There's a drive straight back down. Beats the pivots. Makes her way into centre field. So a base hit for McGovern on that occasion.
Yeah, just the third hit of the game off Harris. Saw that monster home run from Cheesy. Joe Bradbury got an infield single. And now McGovern with that shot to centre field. So runners aboard with one out. Harrow with a job to do here.
Yeah, Matt Harrow up to bat now. Popped that little one into foul territory that was taken by Nathan Brown in the last inning, so he'll look to put this ball in play with the runner on. He's got a job to do, and the young man knows how to do that. So let's see what he can bring this inning.
Shift in the WA defence again. Rakic comes up right next to the pitcher from second base to cover any short play.
Yeah, we saw that earlier. Rakic covering that hole between the pitcher and the first base. As you said there, Harrow not known for hitting through that space, so in safe territory. Strike call on that occasion. Matt just letting that one go through to the catcher. No real indication of a bunt here from Harrow on any of those pitches, so see what the call is now. Pitch up out of the zone. McGovern still on one. Harrow looking relaxed in the box. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lets that one go for a ball as well, Harrow. So showing plenty of patience in the box with the runner on first base.
I'll just go back to the shot for McGovern. That stopped a run of 5 consecutive strikeouts for Harris.
We see Harrow, big swing there on that occasion. Yeah, Harris was certainly in the zone with those consecutive outs. It's starting to show a little bit of... well, he was certainly animated when he didn't get that pitch he thought it was his. And a walk for Harrow there. Let's that one go. Burt not happy this time. We see Harris coming in now, not happy with the call of the umpire. But he can't let that get to him. He's got to take control of his emotions here, otherwise it could get away.
Well, what hurts the most is it's back-to-back base runners, and it's the big guy back up to bat. Timeout called from WA coach and Softball Australia Hall of Famer Neil Del Perro, just to give his pitcher a bit of a drink, but also to just calm him down a little, because this is an important turn at bat. There's 1 out, there's 2 runners on, and if Kirkpatrick can get a hold of this one, it'll put it out of reach and even into run rule territory there, with the 7-run rule coming into effect from the 5th inning.
You can see it's really affected Harris here in this consultation with the coach coming out, just to regain composure. Harris throughout the whole thing shaking his head, plenty of talk back to the coach. It seems to have calmed down a little bit now, just having a chat with Bird, his catcher, and a lot to do with Kirkpatrick up in the box.
Well, I mentioned the first time up to bat that an intentional base on balls may not have been the timing, but turned out to be probably something that they should have considered. I wonder if they talked about it this time around, although Norton is up on deck and Harris has had the better of that battle so far.
So let's see how that's affected the pitcher, Harris. Big swing from Kirkpatrick, so he's certainly demonstrating his intent with that swing. But Harris gets that one pass on that occasion. So it goes ahead in the count.
It was a high rise ball. Burt had to stand up to take it. So
it's a big zone there for
his
the big
intent.
fella too, so the ball certainly came up. That's another nice pitch. Puts that one right down the middle. Kirkpatrick lets it go.
That's good pitching from Harris. He gets him chasing a rise ball, then freezes him on a down ball that was pretty much down the middle.
He gets a call now into the delivery stance. Let's see what he can. Ooh. Big smile on release there. He kind of got away from him a little bit. Didn't quite get the grip he wanted, I don't think, on that delivery, and squeezed Kirkpatrick up, but lets it go through for a ball.
You don't want to hit a batter when you're 0-2 up in a count.
Absolutely not. So no damage done for Harris on that occasion. Wants a conference with his catcher. They're not happy with the calls he was getting, so we'll just call him out.
Yeah, we mentioned it last night that when that runner gets onto second base, the catchers have to give a different sequence of signals just so they're not giving it away and for the runner to give the information to the batter. And
McGovern, certainly a runner with plenty of experience. He's fully aware of what those calls would be, so able to relay it back to the batter as well. So a good pick up, James, and it's fantastic to have you on board once again, the insight that you're able to provide. So I'm sure the viewers at home really interested in the stats and the insight you're bringing them as we see Kirkpatrick go down swinging. So that's a great job by Harris coming back from how he felt in that previous batter to what he just did for the big man then.
10th strikeout of the game, 2 out. So we see Kyle Johnson come on as the courtesy runner for the catcher speed-up rule. And you just saw McGovern give a little bit of information to that runner just to say, well, if they call this signal, it's going to be this pitch.
You could see that little transfer of information as they made their way past each other. So McGovern may not be out there, but still delivering the goods. You see big Nick Norton now step up into the plate. He knows he's got an opportunity here for his team. Let's see what he can bring for us. One high and on the outside. See Burt come up out of the zone to take that one. Norton lets it go for a ball. On the inside, gets away from Burt. Runners advance now. Runners on 2 and 3 for the 89ers.
Well, that's a missed spot because if it was called inside, Burt would have been able to catch that one. But looks at his glove, shakes his head. So he's disappointed that he's given up a base here more than anything. But Harris needs to dial in here because any pitch that's that gets by the catcher now is going to score that 4th run.
And we saw some wild pitches from Harris last night and again earlier today, so could be costly. Norton puts that one straight through the pivot hole there. It scores a run for his team. We see the runner scored, so Norton gets the job done once again. Harrow advances around to 3rd. Norton on first. And now ACT lead 4-0.
Well, that pass ball, the pitch previous, turned out to be costly. Normally you would have seen 2 runners score from that single with 2 out and with the runner on 2nd and 3rd. But Harrow actually had to make sure that he wasn't hit by the batted ball. So he had to hesitate on his run, and that stopped him and slowed him down a little to score on that one. But the damage done. Norton single, RBI single, scores a runner, now runners at the corners and a pinch runner coming in, Klaus Pickelman.
Yeah, so constant work being done by the coaching staff here for the ACT. A nice bat for Norton there, gets a rest with the pinch runner brought on now. You see the catcher just getting the ball back out. Conference taking place. Just wakes his teammates up out there in the middle. And now we have big Josh White up to bat for the 89ers with Harrow on 3rd. And our pinch runner, Pickelman, on 1.
Adam, I hate to play devil's advocate for WA, but the game-ending run is represented by the hitter now with that run rule. So Josh White definitely capable, an Aussie Steelers player that represented Australia at the World Championships.
A runner trapped in a rundown play. The runner's going to score here. We've got the runner scoring. Trap. We see Rakic there with his little fake to the catcher. Just enough to confuse Pickleman, the runner. Got caught in the rundown play. So well done from WA, but we did see another run scored.
Yeah, the run scores. Got clarification from plate umpire Murphy on that occasion. Jack Burt came up firing on that one. He's got a rocket of an arm. But as soon as that ball was thrown over, Matt Harrow took off for home and uncontested crosses the plate. Good rundown play executed by WA to get the runner Pickleman for the third out. But 2-run score in that inning from the RBI single of Norton. McGovern got aboard with a shot himself to centre field, and Matt Harrow on from a walk. So 2 hits and a walk in that inning. And WA now looking at a 5-run deficit.
Yeah, top of the 6th inning here, so it's all to do for WA from here. They'll need to get runs on the board in this innings. So you're running repairs to McGovern's glove. It's back up and doing its job now.
Re-entered back into the game. Norton goes back to shortstop. So Pickleman's job was done. Got himself in that run down to allow that run to cross the plate and score. And he has made a contribution to the ACT for the game. Well, back to the top of the order for WA now. So far through 5 innings, they've got the 3 hits, all infield singles. There's been 9 strikeouts, so Folkard has basically gone untouched.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic display from the pitcher for ACT, Adam Folkard. Another big swing from Patterson. His intentions have been clear all day. He wants a piece of the action here, Patterson, for his team. Another big one there. Nice pitch from Folkard. Curveball onto the outside of the plate. Leaves Patterson swinging out wide, not able to make contact. So well ahead in the count now, Folkard. No balls, 2 strikes. Puts out one rise ball there, not coming off for him. Patterson keeps the bat on the shoulder.
Yeah, Folkard needed to get that one way out of the zone because Patterson has been able to get contact with that rise ball that's still in the strike zone, the low lifter.
And now comes back to the inside there. Nice pitch, but Patterson lets it go again, so a good call. Not missing by much. McGovern just checking with the umpire there. Big swing and a miss from Patterson on that occasion, goes down. So Folkard gets his man once again, brings to the plate now Rakic.
Yeah, that change of pace, a weapon of Folkard. He's thrown it numerous times in this game and then gets Patterson swinging on that one. That is the first out of the top of the 6th inning. 10 strikeouts now for Folkard.
Rakic letting that one go. Outside, Rakic letting it go again. So showing plenty of patience at this at-bat, Rakic. Takes the helmet off, very hot here. Just wipes away the sweat. Gets himself set once again. Takes up his position in the box. 2 balls, no strikes. So Rakic ahead in the count. Let's sit back and see what Folkard brings him. Oh, sits him down in the dirt. Rakic getting out of the way of that one. High and on the inside. It's the second time today he's hit the dirt. With a wry smile. He said he was hit by a pitch last night. Took one on the hand. That occasion could have done a lot more damage, so he got out of the way just in time. And takes first with a walk there. Lets that one go low. So another turn at bat for Rakic, making first base. A little bit easier than last time.
Yeah, you'd rather a 4-ball walk than having to leg out that infield single, diving onto first base, putting that body on the line, the broken body with those broken ribs that he's carrying. And you're right, he hit by a pitch last night, so he's got a couple of sore spots as well.
And Brennan O'Byrne up to the plate now. Strike call. O'Byrne left the bat on the shoulder, thought it was outside, let it go. That call not going his way, so Folkard goes ahead in the count. Fouls that one away behind. Back through the legs of the umpire. Umpire not even aware that the ball came back through there. Could have done some damage on the way past.
It was the first walk of the game, by the way, from Folkard, and he's got straight back into it. 2 strikes and ahead of the count on O'Byrne.
He put plenty on that delivery too, the big grunt just on release. So he's pitching a great game so far. See the call again from the batter, no. And wants the plate polished off there. Get the brush off.
O'Byrne might have got away with one there, I think, but
yes, I
stays
think he
alive.
might have.
He's got another chance.
So Rakic still out there on first. 2-2 the count now for O'Byrne. That one in the dirt. Rakic held McGovern. Nice glove work from McGovern there. Keeps that one safe. No play for Rakic. So O'Byrne stays in the box. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count now. Folkard gets a call, acknowledges it. Let's see what he delivers. Up and out of the zone. Didn't quite get there. So O'Byrne takes a 4-ball walk. 2 walks in a row for Folkard.
Yeah, back-to-back walks. The first 2 of the game for Folkard, and he started off well with a strikeout, but now he's got the 4-hitter Mark Harris up to bat with 2 runners on base. 1 swing of the bat would make things interesting, and this is the first signs that we've seen that Folkard hasn't been in control, but I'd never doubt the quality of player that this guy is, and I can sense that he'll assert some dominance from this point.
So Harris opens it with a big swing, but Folkard pushes it past him. Time called.
Yeah, this is the first runner for WA to get to second base, so just having a bit of a chat just to say, we're on second. Let's get our signals clear.
Harris has had some good contact with the bat in this innings, in this game so far, so could be a danger man for ACT. So you see him retake his stance now. Oh, that one getting away. The throw from McGovern in the dirt. So Rakic advances now to third base. So that was that communication you talked about, the pitch that he wanted, but didn't get the throwaway that he thought he might have.
Well, there was no fielder there to cover either, so interesting pick-off attempt from McGovern, and the runners advanced to second and third.
I think the opportunity McGovern took to talk to Folkard there, there was no other infielders involved in that discussion, so maybe the message didn't get through, but we'll let that one go now. We've got Rakic on third and O'Byrne on second. And there's Harris with another ground ball. Harrow looks to hold the runner, can't do so on that occasion, so Rakic scores. There's the first run for WA of the match. So job done for Harris. Another ground ball, this time taken by Harrow, makes the play at 1. The runner does score for WA. We have a runner on third as well, so good job by the WA boys.
Yeah, perfectly executed with 2 runners in scoring position. Get that ball to the right side of the diamond, a hard chopper to second base, and Harrow didn't have a play at home, makes the right decision, gets the out at first. 2 out.
Yeah, we saw him have the quick look. He realised there was no play at home, so he took the easy option. So well played by Matt Harrow. But Rakic scores for WA. We see Kyle Francis up to bat once again. Strike call on the outside. Francis shakes her head. He's not happy with the call, but he won't let it get to him. So Francis retakes his stance in the box. Another chopper to second baseman Harrow. Great glove work. Makes the space. Shuts it down. Makes the play at 1. Gets the out. Francis out at 1. O'Byrne doesn't score, so now the score is 5-1. ACT leading WA at bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, great play from Matt Harrow. He had to move over to his glove side and takes the ball down low, and it was a chopping ball as well, so he had to take it on the second bounce. Picks it up on a bit of a scoop of the ball, and simple play in the end to underarm it over to first base for the 3rd out. So they did threaten. They a couple of walks and took advantage of that overthrow from catcher McGovern, and then a ball into play from the pitcher Mark Harris to score their first run of the game. So they're on the board, and that's important because it shows that they can do the job. And as the game goes on, you know, they have looked okay. They've been getting some bat on ball. Folkard has still thrown 10 strikeouts. But good pitch selection sees them with 3 hits and 2 walks, the WA team. So although we go into the bottom of the 6th and down to their last 3 outs, WA, ACT could still, you know, put their foot down, and 3 runs will end it from here. WA will be looking to their man Harris to shut them down. Yeah,
it's an important innings for Harris and his WA teammates. He has to look to retire ACT without any damage. So let's see what he can do now. Misses on the outside corner. So White gets the first call his way, 1 ball. Today's first baseman, Josh White. Strike call on that occasion, so 1-1. Misses the outside again, putting everything he's got into these pitches. He knows how important this innings is for his team. Two balls, 1 strike. Just checking with the umpire. Gets a call. Big Josh White waits patiently as we see Harris in the delivery. Goes for that outside corner again with a drop. Doesn't get it. So missing on the outside now. Burt calling him back in. Yeah, gets it that time. So a nice comeback pitch for Harris. White just steps out to regain some composure. And a big swing from White. Goes down. So a good comeback from Harris there. Got behind in the count early, but was able to retire the man. So White goes down and brings up Matt Wickham.
Yeah, pinch hitter coming in, Evan Byrne. He's normally a starter for ACT, but just carrying a slight hamstring injury, as we mentioned last night. So he comes in for a pinch hit.
Yeah, we saw Byrne brought in last night with that injury too. So obviously keeping him in the game and looking after that injury, but certainly has a job to do for his team.
Maybe even a double change because Kyle Johnson is on deck at the moment. So looks like Byrne in for Wickham and Johnson coming in for Nussbaum.
Strike called on the outside edge. Nice pitch from Harris. We see the big drop away on delivery. He really doesn't leave anything in the tank, Harris. He knows how important this game is. He's putting it all out there. There's another one. Big swing from Byrne. Down in the dirt, Evan Byrne lets it go on that occasion. Looks for the check. Doesn't get it. Call remains ball. Good job from Evan Byrne then to let that one go. Drop ball attempted, just getting away. On ball, 2 strikes. Looking for that outside edge again, doesn't get it. Byrne remaining patient on that occasion. So really working the plate, Harris looking for those edges. Just rethinks, checks himself and comes back into delivery. And Byrne puts this one deep into left field, goes foul. Got a good contact there from Byrne, driving it deep down the foul ball line, but yeah, nice contact.
You can see how much that injury is affecting him because he shuffled up that line after he got the piece of the ball and then really limped back. It's it does look like it's probably worse than what we think it is.
Yeah, so 2-2 the count now, but yeah, long ball driven deep into left field. As we see it now, ground ball, a shortstop who doesn't get it, but Byrne not able to fully stretch out there, so that injury has really played its part in that out.
Yeah, Scaramella got a second chance of that. Any other person in the lineup would have legged that out. Feeling for Byrne at the moment because obviously wants to be a part of this, and he's a key player for the ACT as well, getting an appreciation from the crowd. So for those watching at home, don't hold it too much against him that he didn't leg that one out. Well, like I said, Cole Johnson's going to come in as well, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Is he wearing gardening gloves?
They certainly do look like gardening gloves from here, but I guess whatever works.
Well, 2 out, and WA really need to make a 3rd out here because they're down to their last 3 outs when they come up in the top of the 7th. So we're just listening into the conversation that the umpire's having with the scorers for the changes. It's just written down in the lineup sheet that Nussbaum was wearing 29. He's actually wearing 27. And so they just make that slight correction on the uniform number. It's not a punishable offence. It's a correctable offence. So just that's why there's a little slight confusion.
Yeah, just a technical delay, no real impact on the result of the game. So the umpire just confirming. Nussbaum wearing the 27 out. And Cole Johnson will take his first opportunity at bat for the 89ers, wearing the aforementioned gardening gloves. A big strike from Harris. Nice delivery. Johnson watches that one goes by. Another nice pitch from Harris. Sees Johnson swinging. So well ahead in the count now, Harris. 2 strikes on Kyle Johnson. Gets his man there, Harris, on that occasion. Johnson goes down swinging, retires the ACT lineup. So now this is the innings that counts for WA.
Yeah, so Mark Harris hats off to him, has thrown 12 strikeouts in those 6 innings. He gave up 4 hits and 4 walks, but it may not be enough. WA will need to score 4 to take it into the bottom of the 7th. And I don't see anything of the like happening, because Folkard has been equally as impressive, if not better, for the ACT. 3 hits and 2 walks, just the 1 run, 3 outs away from a grand final rematch for the last few years. New South Wales already through.
Yeah, if you could choose any pitcher to pitch for you in a situation like this, Folkard would be that man, I would have thought. So let's see what he can do for us and for his team.
The only other guy I can think of is on the in the same dugout that he came from, Andrew Kirkpatrick. So got a handy battery there, the ACT, and actually it's a good talking point because New South Wales actually scored the runs against Folkard. Do you think they may even be thinking to put Kirkpatrick on the mound at some stage during the game, particularly if New South Wales can get a hold of Folkard early?
Yeah, given the work that he's done last night and tonight, Folkard could be showing some signs of fatigue, so we might see Kirkpatrick at some stage of the game. That is, of course, if WA can't recoup the runs that they need in this innings. So let's give them the opportunity as we see the opening batter.
Duxbury grounding out.
Sean Duxbury there grounding out too short, who makes the play. But again, Norton just taking it casually and getting it there in time. But a nice smile. So that's 1 up, 1 down. It's a job partway done for Folkard. It's a catcher now. Jack Burt up to bat. Leans back, lets that one go. A big groan as he watches it go past. Big swing on that occasion, Folkard putting it past him. Burt lifts ahead and swings hard. Misses the opportunity on that case. Nice change, yeah. Taking some pace off Folkard. Burt unable to match it with his swing. Swings hard. Folkard gets the outside corner of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And strikeout. Big swing K2 for Burt. Another one for Folkard. And this is it now. All on the line for WA with Matthew Beckett up to bat.
That's Burt's 3rd strikeout of the game and second out in the top of the 7th for WA. Matthew Beckett, this is the last out for WA.
Big swing to open the account, Beckett. He knows the role he has here. He wants a piece. Intentions are clear. Folkard. There's a piece down the 3rd baseline. Goes foul, but good contact from Beckett.
Yeah, Beckett's actually done pretty well so far in this game. An infield single and a ground out to short. So he's been able to make contact both turns at bat and handy last night with his home run. So needs to keep this game going for WA.
So 2 strikes now. We talked about Folkard being ahead in the count and just how much he's got. And there it is. A nice pitch, a swinging K2 to close out the game for Folkard. Beckett goes down swinging. The ACT victorious, 5 runs to 1, and they'll meet the old enemy New South Wales in the final here later on this afternoon. The game to get underway at 4 o'clock. So congratulations to the ACT team. Commiserations to WA. A great effort. 5-1 the final score.